This is a brief look at a work scope for building out a knowledge base. Basically, the last several months have included a lot of feedback from a lot of different people, same questions that people ask, training topics that come up repeatedly, and anytime we scale a service offering in today's digital world, we have to look towards building a knowledge center so that frequently asked questions and feedback can be automated to some degree and then allow for webinars and personal interaction, which is critical to understand in our industry because it is a relationship business. However, taking advantage of different processes is paramount today to build a successful business. So, and we're happy to provide this entire document, but the vision after the feedback has been to design a customer service portal. We've chosen this gives a brief overview and introduction, and then we've chosen the platform called Zendesk, which automates a lot of features we'll discuss here quickly, and then identifying the work items to support an initiative like this. It's very mundane stuff, but this is the technical detail that counts at the end of the day, and we'd like to discuss how we might help implementing something like this. But we need to have analytics for who's been trained on what. Of course, the branding aspect of what we build can be customized. We have to integrate this with email for welcome sequences and automated sequences to follow up with people. There's multi-channel opportunity to have chat, webinars, a learning center, which we'll cover at the end of this. These are just some best practice websites that I've identified that have what I believe to be best in class learning centers, have a question aspect, and then how to embed a widget for people to actually get support. It kind of follows them around a little button on the website that encourages digital interaction. Um, how do we integrate this with email? There's a support at pfx.com. There's these things called macros, which there's a lot of forms that we can automate within the knowledge base. Difficult to explain in this. Language conversion, business rules, simply how to move someone that has questions into a demo, into using the product, ordering the product. Um, the ticketing system is built into what we call a views section. That's where people spend 90% of their time. They just want to see who has submitted a support ticket, following that support ticket through to closure, defining roles, triggers and groups. Um, won't get into discussing the detail of that. The email, who responds, who on the team is responsible for what bucket of information, and APIs so that we can move this information seamlessly from the Zendesk system into our system, training and support, which ultimately falls into, say, a support system that looks like this. Encourages people to ask a question. There's, of course, is a knowledge base that's searchable. We've identified 5 main areas that would impact people on a larger scale. Product announcements, a learning center, and again, when you click on these buttons, that directs you to a different area. The battery medic basics before the optimizer actually comes online. How do you set these things up? How do you run them? How do you analyze the findings? There's a defined set of topics that have come out of our discovery process, a knowledge base, which is where everybody can go to share their experience, suggest tips and tools to troubleshoot or to improve settings, and that's a general community-based feature driven by us certainly, but encouraging interaction from other people. And then user support, which again, email and chat typically, and then maybe take webinars on certain topics. But anyways, that's the basics of how to build a customer support program. We're very comfortable building this, and we'd like the opportunity to discuss how this fits in with the overall vision. But our discovery process has led us to this point, and we know that this is critical to move things going forward. All right, thank you for your time.